Romain, congrats on a great film. I think Athena is characterized by these huge coordinated action sequences and all of a sudden moments where each of the main characters finds himself alone, in silence, almost reflecting. Was this dynamic at the heart of your vision?
Well, the dynamic is to have those characters being running through the chaos of like what's happening around them, and like in every moment of chaos, there's down moments where they're alone with themselves. So it was really important to have like every character being, running through the fire and then having a moment to himself, because the whole idea of the film is to be completely immersive with the characters and not have time to think. Like they're experiencing what's happening to them as they go along without having the time to think, or they're just reacting to the situations. But each of them has this moment of solitude where you breathe and then it goes back on. It's like almost like they have almost a time for themselves, and then the chaos starts again and they're thrown back in it.
About the immersive element, could you discuss the use of long takes, and especially the really spectacular one at the beginning of the film?
Yeah, so the idea, we constructed the film as a Greek tragedy, and the tragedy narrative element is that it's set in 24 hours, like it's set in real time almost. And in order to create that real time feeling, those one-ers were really key to have the feeling of like being with the characters as they leave the situation in real time, because the camera doesn't cut. And so when you write, okay, we're gonna do this in one take, and then when you actually prep the movie and shoot the movie, you actually have to do it. So like it was really complex most of the time, but it was very interesting because it throws the actors in the chaos. So like around the camera is 360 of like the situation really happening, because this is the way you set it up, and they're just walking through those situations, and the camera is just a little part of it, but it's almost like they're living the situation.
But it looked as if it was handheld all the time, and then at some point it goes into the van, out of the van, in between people. So how was that done technically?
Well, with magic. It was like we rehearsed a long time. We rehearsed for 2 months, and I had like a Champions League level team between my operator, my first AD, like all the crew was very, very involved, and by rehearsing, finding ways of like how we can do this. But like this particular moment, like my operator is in the front of a rig scooter, literally passes the camera to an operator that's in the van, then slides to the side and takes the camera out. So it's like we done it mechanically. Like I don't like green screens. I don't like CGI. I don't like 3D. Like I don't like to make movies to be in a studio and drinking coffee and eating donuts. Like I like it when there's like fireworks and danger and like there was a lot of security. Like no one got hurt and everything. But it's more fun to shoot films when it's real. And I do believe that you feel the intensity when the intensity is there, because the actors are living in it. The character of Anthony Bajon, who plays the cop, when we threw him in the fire with all the fireworks and everything, he was really in the fire with all the fireworks. So like at some point it's like, is it acting or is it just like survival?
About the score, I think it adds a lot to the like tragic atmosphere of the whole film. So how did you create it? How did you work on it?
So my friend Sirkin did the score, and the idea was to take some key music of DJ Mehdi, who's a friend who passed away 10 years ago, who made like iconic song, like rap songs from France. And the theme of Karim is like this rap song called Les Princes de la Ville, which we translated in a symphonic and choir version to have that element of like Greek tragedy with like Greek choirs written in Greek. And the sentiment for the music almost all the time was to have two sentiments. When I was talking to the composer, Sirkin, it was to say, we won the battle, but we know we're going to lose the war.
But you are part of the Greek, obviously, and the film is called Athena. I guess it's no coincidence. Was this like a starting point for you? Was this like a crucial element?
It was a crucial element because I've always, some people are educated with Walt Disney movies. I was not allowed Walt Disney movies when I was a kid. I had to, like, all the stories was like Greek tragedy or Greek mythology, and it's always like a mom eating her kids or a son killing his dad and marrying his mom. So like it's always grander than life stories where it's like very epic and very symbolic. And so I think that fed me all my life. And when we started writing this film with Laj, really quickly we landed on the idea of articulating that story around those thematic and this iconography.
Amazing. Well, thank you very much for your time. I really loved the film.
Thank you very much.